Hey everyone, Hitesh here from ET's Personal Tech Team, and we're talking about two brand new devices from Xiaomi today. This is the Redmi Y3 and the Redmi 7. Why both of them together? Well, because they actually launched both these devices together. So let's start with the Y3. Now, the Y3 is a selfie phone. It's the third in the spin-off series, the spin-off Y series from Xiaomi. It's designed for people who love to take a lot of selfies. So here's a quick look at what it says on the back. It's got a 32 megapixel front camera and a Snapdragon 632 processor. It's also been updated, as you can see, with a 6.2 inch, 6.26 to be more precise, dot notch display. So let's open this up, see what we get in the box. So here's what we get in the box. This is a standard 10-watt charger, the micro USB cable, quick start guide. There is a soft case. It's a smoke color, and here's is the device itself. So here's the Redmi Y3 in an all-new design. It's called the Aura Prism design. It's an all-new design language from Xiaomi. And if you can tell, there is a little bit of a pattern, a slight pattern underneath the back panel. It's not glass, it is a polycarbonate back panel. So there will be a chance of getting a few scratches and things like that. So you do need to be careful. However, it does feel almost like glass, and it is got that very premium look to it. This is the blue color. It's called Elegant Blue, and the frame is also colored in blue to match the back panel. Here's a look at the top. There's a 3.5 mm and there is the infrared. Here's the dual camera at the back. It's a 12 megapixel primary and 2 megapixel depth. It's an f2.2 aperture. It's got AI modes. It's got EIS. Here's a look at the front. It's a dot notch display. You can see the notch at the top that houses the 32 megapixel new selfie camera. Power and volume on the right, and you've got the SIM tray on the left. The bottom here, you've got a speaker and the micro USB charging port. So in terms of a comparison between the Y1 and the Y2, this has a Snapdragon 632, the Y2 had 625, and the Y1 had an entry-level 435 Snapdragon processor. And both of those, the Y1 and Y2, had 16 megapixel front cameras. This one takes it up to 32. The other big upgrade in this phone, the Y3, is a 4000 mAh battery. The Y2 and Y1 both had 3080 mAh batteries. That's about it for a comparison between the Y1, Y2 and Y3. I think this new design language is probably a step in the right direction. There's also the P2I coating, which makes it a little bit of splash resistant, not waterproof. It doesn't mean that it has an IP rating, but the coating gives you a little bit of extra protection. And this is also going to be one of the very few, if not the only camera, which gives you 1080p video recording with EIS from the front camera. And the interface would be familiar to you if you've used MIUI. There are a few preloaded apps here. You can remove those if you don't want to use them. So let's move on to the Redmi 7 now. Here's what it says on the back. Also Snapdragon 632, also 6.26 dot notch, 12 megapixel and 2 megapixel rear camera, and the 4000 mAh battery. Same box contents the smoked case, soft case, and 10-watt charger, micro USB cable, and a quick start guide. This is the Eclipse Black version, and there's also a Lunar red and a Comet blue. And this is just a plain glossy black. It's a very similar size, shape, weight even to the Y3. They call this one the Aura Smoke design. You obviously can't see it, but in the gradient colors, which are the Lunar red and the Comet blue, there is a gradient from black moving into the color that you choose. As I mentioned, Snapdragon 632, 4000 mAh battery, 6.26 inch dot notch is the same. I'll power this on in the meantime. Both the devices are the same thickness, the same dimensions, the same weight, very similar placement of the ports, buttons, even the SIM tray. Note that the SIM tray in both, it's a triple slot, so you can have 2 SIMs and a micro SD up to 256 gigabytes. So here's both of them side by side again. The Y3 will be available in 332 and 464 combinations apart from the 3 colors. Redmi 7 will be 232 and 332 variants apart from the 3 colors that it's going to be available in. Now in terms of pricing, we are thinking that the Y3 is going to be priced between 9 to 10,000 rupees. So hopefully a starting price of 8,999, and there will be about 2,000 rupee price difference between the 2 variants, that is the 332 and 464. Redmi 7, if the past Redmi 6 is taken as an example, the 232 and 332 will just have a minimal price difference. There's just 1 GB of RAM difference, so about a 500 rupee difference between them, and a starting price of 8 to 9,000 rupees. So we are rooting for 7,999 starting price for this, which will be a pretty good deal for a device like this with a dot notch display and the new design language with this curved edges on the back, and it still includes the IR remote and a pretty nice experience with the Snapdragon 632. So that's about it. We've taken a quick first look at the Y3 and the Redmi 7. If you have any further questions on them, do reach out in the comment section or to me directly on Twitter. Thanks for watching.